Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Blackridge Asset Management is a separate and independent entity from Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. And now, Today with Denny, here's Denny Artachi.
Good morning. Another beautiful Thursday. Hey, we're almost in October, which means Halloween, a lot of other things. I think, when the heck do we put that time slot back where we're hungry an hour early?
Like right around Halloween sometime.
Somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, football's in bloom. We've got some great games that have been going on, and I did get good sleep last night, so I believe you had less than me last night. That's always the over-under.
4 hours.
Yeah, I smoked you
Actually, no,
night.
wait a minute. I went to bed at 9 last night.
Really?
And I woke up at 2, went back to bed and got up at 4. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 minus 1 is 6. So I got 6.
People probably wonder, why the hell do you guys care about how much you sleep? Well, folks, if you don't sleep well, your day's going to be kind of crappy the next one. So we always like to compare notes and do that. You know, interestingly enough, man, talk about they were grilling generals last night on Capitol Hill or yesterday. And I thought it was pretty interesting how some of them were with Biden and then some were like, it wasn't me. He's the one who told us to do so. I don't know. They're going to go through more questions and testimony today. I don't know what's going to happen from it. I do know also that the stock market had a little bit of a blip, but it recovered. The futures look good today. So, folks, if you're trying to time the market, I don't recommend it. I think you should get with a true financial planner like myself and my team so we can discuss the ebbs and flows of the market. Before we get too busy, though, I have a special guest and a partner and a friend of mine on the line, David Gluckman. Dave, are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. So, folks, as being a full financial planner, holistic planner, Medicare is an important part of the puzzle for many people. And David is a great resource. Even though I'm licensed, Dave stays on top of more things that I care to. This is all he does. He's a certified expert in the field. He's also very independent. So doesn't matter to him which company you go with. It matters to him you go with the right one. So, Dave, in the Stewart area, you have how many? What are the main Advantage plans that are available in Stewart area?
There are 15 different Advantage plans from HMOs and PPOs.
Okay.
From Aetna to WellCare to United to Humana to Blue Cross. But it's all about network. So if you look at an Advantage plan, we have to make sure your doctor is in the network.
Right. And some people, they make the mistake when they get the PPO and the doctor says, sure, I accept it. And then they're out of network and they're stuck with 30% of the bill. So
correct.
It's very important that they understand they may take it, but make sure they're in Aetna. Since last season, has anything changed in the Medicare world?
No, just the drug cost has gone up and the donut hole has gone up. So they give you a little bit more money before you hit the catastrophic area.
So what? And I hate that because I like donuts. I hate the negative connotation. Right? Don't you like donuts, Evan?
Oh, definitely, but not right now. I'm on a major diet.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So what is the donut hole up to now, David?
40. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Sorry, I don't mean to quote you.
I just got the email.
Yeah.
Actually, last night from the carriers. So the new donut hole. It's up to like $4,400.
Wow. And Part B, folks, is now up to $148 for the Part B. I remember when it was less than 100, it just keeps going up. This is why it's really important to make sure you have the plans. Make sure, I think most of these companies are similar in cost because they're competing with each other, right, Dave?
Right. Most PPOs at 0 for primary, 35 for specialists, no referrals. On HMOs, it's 0 for primary, 10 or 25, depending on the carrier for specialists, but you will need a referral to see your specialist on an HMO.
Right.
Okay.
And,
but the out-of-pocket cost, some carriers are $3,400 and some carriers are $4,900. So it all depends on the carrier that you go with. And then they give you the dental, the vision, the gym membership, catastrophic dental coverage up to $1,000 of cost sharing on the Advantage plans.
I think the starting point, obviously, is people finding out which plan the doctors take. And
correct.
They do the opposite. They go to a dog and pony show, for lack of other words, folks. And that particular company, who do you think they're going to be promoting? That company. So I would say if you don't find someone like a David who can shop everything for you, it's amazing. I mean, I don't have the time to personally do it myself. I know enough to tell my clients what's a better way to go, meaning some people want a Medigap plan and other people are fine with the Advantage plan. But the fact is, where the rubber hits the road is if you get seriously ill and you want to go anywhere you want to, then there's a reckoning to be had, so to speak. And I guess, look, a lot of these Advantage plans have access to most of the hospitals in Florida, not just in the area of Stewart. Right, David?
That is correct.
Yeah, I mean, but you just won't be able to go to an out-of-state cancer facility if that's indeed what you choose. I mean, that's the difference.
Correct.
Have you seen the premiums on the Medigap plans increase since last year to this year?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
Like Aetna had a decrease for next year.
Really?
United American is still the same, and United Healthcare is still the same. But Aetna had a decrease in their supplement plans for next year.
So what is the infamous F plan? What was it replaced with on the Medigap? What's the new?
It was replaced with letter G.
G. Okay.
And the difference between F and G, your responsibility is to pay the $203 Part B deductible.
Okay. But that's it. Everything else is covered.
You're covered 100%.
United American is having a big show tomorrow in West Palm Beach. I usually like to go there once a year. Of course, I'm licensed with them, and John Stark, who's the director of the Southeast, he goes to my gym. So he's a nice guy, and he keeps telling me about how these guys are rich because that's all they do, and they get paid every year that people stay on the plan. They'll typically state whether increases happen to their premiums or what their competition's doing and different marketing things. I know you're too busy to go those dog and pony shows. Right, Dave?
That is correct.
So, folks, pretty soon Dave and I are going to be doing joint workshops where he's going to talk about the cost and the reality of Medicare. And I'm going to talk about, from a financial planner standpoint, how to tie the two together, how to factor in Social Security and your investments, because it's important. The cost of medical insurance keeps going up every year for most everyone. I mean, maybe the premiums themselves may stay the same, but the cost shares, they just keep going up. And that's a reality. So if you are interested in our next workshop that Dave and I are doing, and again, it's going to be talking about Medicare, Social Security, and the investments, how to tie it in together. The number is 561-537-5897. The number again, 561-537-5897. My office is in Jupiter. It's worth the drive. We have a nice view. It's nice and quiet and private, and you can learn a lot. And Dave, I believe that our first one or the next one that we're going to do is going to be the next couple of weeks. Yes, or
yes.
The invitations are being sent out now as we speak.
Correct.
Great. Well, I guess folks, if you really want to look at what you're doing, because the enrollment period is coming upon us pretty soon, and it happens fast.
Correct.
What would you say, Dave, that people they've had their plans for a long time. Sometimes they just don't like to change. What would you say to someone like that?
If you're happy with your plan, great, but just make sure your doctors are in the network for the following year. But sometimes there's some new Advantage plans that might give you more benefits, little less out of cost. It's just always good to review your plan from year to year. Number one. Number two, you're going to be getting phone calls, and they're not allowed to make phone calls. Those are HIPAA violations, so be aware of that. So HIPAA says you cannot call, text, email, solicit to switch your Advantage plans or go into Medicare. The third thing that you guys should all know, when you see Joe Namath or Jimmy Walker on TV, all that is a call center to gather your information and sell it to lead centers. So I just want to let you know that, because I have a client who did that, and she's getting bombarded every day.
Well, you mean she gave her information and they're calling her?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And she regrets it. So it's not a company. It's just a lead source for a company, and then they sell it to all these lead vendors. So they have your information, your name, your date of birth, and your phone number.
Can they legally do that, though? Seriously.
It is illegal, but to get away with it, that's why HIPAA says you cannot call, solicit. But when you tell them you're on a do not call list and they call you, you could report them to the state of Florida, and they could lose their license.
Well, you mean you don't think it's wise to make your medical choices based on what Jimmy Walker or Joe Namath says? I mean,
no, because Joe Namath is covered through the NFL pension and retiree group NFL, and Jimmy Walker is covered through the Screen Actors Guild. So they get paid to use their faces and information.
I guess their careers aren't doing that good if they have to do those commercials. I don't know.
I don't know, but yes, that
Unless
is true.
The commercials
the career ain't
well.
that good.
Well, listen, always a pleasure, my friend. You're welcome to come on the show anytime.
Like always, Denny.
And
anytime, we'll be in touch.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon, Dave, all right?
You got it. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take our first break here and come back with a special guest who is never lost for words, folks. Never. All right, we are back on Today with Denny, and we have a special guest on the line, a longtime listener. He's becoming quite a good friend of mine. Palm City Charlie, you there, Palm City Charlie?
I am here. I'm sitting on my rocker.
Well,
and I'm not. In other words, I'm not.
I was going to say something. You know what I was going to say?
What? That he's off his rocker?
Thank you very much.
You know, he just. Charlie, I know you busting Evan Stones, but he's dropped 12 pounds, dude. He's looking pretty good.
But we got to convince him it's a lifestyle.
Look, this shirt don't fit like a girdle anymore.
It's a lifestyle, and
we're gonna listen.
And also, I just got to add this because both of us, Denny and I, are both on CPAPs, and I didn't know I wasn't sleeping. I really didn't, and it showed up on a brain scan. I drove to Sebring, 95 miles each way for almost a year, seeing a neurologist.
Wow.
Because of my Vietnam dropping bombs on me problems. But she did a brain scan. The VA did a bone scan.
Wait a minute.
That's another story. That's another story.
CPAP is done through a sleep study, not a brain scan.
No. What you see, I saw my neurologist for my PTSD. Okay. The VA wasn't giving me any help, and a friend of mine had seen her and said she's phenomenal, and she really was. Married to an Army Ranger, and that's another story. But she did brain scans on me, and it's not fooling around. I mean, literally, she also tested me all day long. I did mathematical tests, words tests. I mean, you name it. And I discovered I'm not going to have dementia, supposedly. So that's nice. But she said, she showed me, she said, look at this. I don't think you're sleeping. I go, holy God. And I don't know, Evan, but I would literally think I'm dreaming, but I really wasn't. I was like night dreaming, daydreaming, night dreaming. I was like in between.
So you think Evan, needs a CPAP?
I think he has sleep apnea. That's what I think.
Yeah. Have you ever tested
At
yourself
one
for that?
time, my friends, I was at 199 pounds at one time.
Until you did the CPAP thing.
No, I mean, I started exercising and all of that. But being on a CPAP, yes, you do, as I'm sure you were told, you can drop some weight doing that because you're actually getting REM sleep.
Yeah, but see, the problem is I can't have nothing on my face. I'm very claustrophobic.
They have other things you can do, but let me just say this to you, my friend. I was waking up from REM sleep 63 times an hour. I was not sleeping at all.
So every minute you were waking up just about.
Yeah, I mean, more than once a minute. I had all three kinds of sleep apnea. Okay, and going on the CPAP really helped. And then I have other problems.
Evan, they have those. They have the ones that don't cover your whole thing. It just goes
it's
to your
like
nostrils.
A couple of little things,
right?
Like
a cannula,
right?
But, you need to stay. I would hold my breath. I would be moving around. All kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Until they discovered CPAP, what the heck did they do to people who had it before?
I don't know.
I guess they like even Reggie White, the famous football player, he died because of sleep apnea. He never fixed it, slept like crap, because his wife would talk about that after he passed. He died at a young age. He was, in his early 40s or something. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me, folks. But he suffered from that. Shaq talked about suffering from it. And it's something not many people want to talk about it.
When a person, there's a valet that I used to go to the airport, and I was BSing with the guy, and he actually admitted he has sleep apnea. And I actually asked him because he was heavyset. Let's just say it that way, okay? And he goes, yeah, I use a CPAP. But that is one of the visual signs that if a person is overweight, slightly, let's say, but honestly, I don't pig out anymore. I eat a lot of fruit. I've already stretched this morning. I'll be working with my weights later on. Yesterday, I didn't do weights.
Even though you're slimmer, you still have to use the CPAP?
Well, I'll put it this way. I haven't had another sleep study done. But I'm happy. I can handle it. And I take medication because of my other problem, which is severe bipolar. And that's why I have mood swings. Right now, I'm calm, very calm. I could tell people off real quickly
and calmly.
Mentality,
So I was telling Evan and Bonnie this morning, I said, Charlie's been coming to my shows. This is
I'm a groupie now.
I know. That's pretty awesome.
He's going to start the Denny Artachi fan club. He's going to be the president.
Who was that Marine sitting next to me?
Which Marine? At Mulligan's. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I don't remember.
The dancing man.
Oh, yes. David. Yes.
David, yeah.
Yeah, David, man, let me tell you, he's not supposed to be.
I think he's disabled from the VA, isn't he?
No. Someone ran him over in a truck, and he lived to tell about it.
Oh my God!
That's why he screwed up.
He could go to the VA. He could apply.
I don't know.
He was in Vietnam roughly the same time I was.
I don't know. I'm real good at minding my own business with people. I don't want to pry, but I do remember when it happened.
He hit me up, brother, and I go, oh, here you go. I mean, he was working the crowd, man, and he's the dancing man.
He's a dancing man, yeah.
Tipped your guys, and I tipped David, the dancing man.
So listen, your wife seems to be liking the music too, yes?
Yeah, and that's good. I got to take her out more because,
wow.
I also learned this morning, listening to 1590, that being unhappy can cause dementia and Alzheimer's. Yeah. That's what they were saying on that show. They had a doctor.
Oh, WPSL.
Yeah, 1590. Yep.
Well, I think that yes, if you're not grounded and you're not feeling well and happy, it's going to affect so many things. And you're going to be
That's
a bummer.
why I joke around.
No
That's
one's going to want to
you know what?
you.
Being serious, Denny,
yeah,
it's horrible. I mean, to be constantly not happy, you know. And if you can't joke around, that means you don't have any self-confidence.
Well, yeah. And you know what? You know what it is, Charlie? People, when you turn on the TV, they're just doom and gloom. I don't care where you pop, which side of the fence you sit on, or which network you see. It's
I'm
doom
Team
and
America.
Gloom. Did
and
you?
I think you're Team America.
I'm
and
definitely Team America. Listen,
I
next week I'm going to have a special guest. He's a friend of mine. We were part of Club 45. I performed for the Republican Party. I've done music, done speeches with them. And he was a captain in the Army. And we're going to do a tournament for veterans that are homeless, that need money. He's going to be here next Thursday. Great guy.
Did I bring cash?
You could.
Going on, brother.
He's such a great guy. But he says, can I say what I want to say? And I said, as long as you don't curse on the air. But he's going to be ripping Biden and a lot of liberals next Thursday.
Well, that's good because, Biden needs a brain transplant. We got to have Ben Carson work on him. But anyway, next week, my friends, I'm off to St. Louis, Missouri.
Is that right?
The Delta Raiders of Vietnam are gathering.
Oh, boy.
That was my company.
Don't tell the media. You got
E second 501st. We had 2 Medal of Honor winners my year. My squad leader threw himself on a grenade and blew himself up. Clifford Sims. He has a nursing home up in St. Joe's, up in the Panhandle, named after him.
Yeah.
And then Joe Hooper, buried next to Audie Murphy. He was a pallbearer for Audie Murphy. And they were friends. I didn't realize that.
So, Charlie, from your perspective,
go ahead.
From your perspective, what do you think about what's going on Capitol Hill yesterday and today? And they're talking to the generals.
Oh, the generals. I tell you what, I cannot understand to defend what Biden did, how he did it. You can't defend it. It's impossible.
It's pretty hard.
Let's leave. The Army will leave, and let the civilians fend for themselves, and we'll deal with the terrorists. We'll trust the terrorists. I mean, give me a break. You know?
It's pretty tough.
I think an elementary school honor student could have done a better job. We don't want a kid that doesn't pay attention.
We all wanted Afghanistan to end, and look, George W. got us into Afghanistan. You can't blame Obama for it or the recent presidents. But the fact of the matter is, since then, since 2001, every president has kept the war going. However, when they got it down to 2,500 troops, it looks like that was enough for the stability of the government.
Yeah.
Once we removed that, it took them, 7 to 9 days to take over the country?
So Hannity had it on. I don't watch television, but I know what he was doing. He showed the progression of the takeover of the country. Anybody knew what was going on. I just don't understand that you just don't take the military out and let the civilians fend for themselves. And all our advisors, people that have helped us. My son was Desert Storm. My father was World War II. I was Nam. We all served, my family.
Sure.
My son was with the tanks.
So, Charlie, you're leaving next week, but if you're not doing anything Sunday, I'm going to be at Mulligan's Beach House again. And
the same place.
Same place
with your friend David.
I don't know if he'll be there.
I think I'll bring some singles with me. I didn't have a single. I had to give him a 10 spot.
Oh my God, he shook you down, huh?
Well, I took care of your guys. It's the old white guys up there, except for you. You're a young guy.
Well, no, wait a minute. I'm going to have a big black dude playing drums this Sunday.
Oh, that guy? He was good.
Yeah.
That guy that was at Conky Joe's?
Yes.
Yeah. I gave you a phenomenal review, and that used to be Spotto's.
Where'd you give me the review?
Well, when you go someplace with a cell phone,
okay.
They say, "Hey, how'd you enjoy Mulligan's?"
Oh, I see.
I said, other than Denny Artachi, it was a great place.
Speaking of which, when is your jewelry guy gonna, do some advertising with me on my show?
Well, I have to go talk to him. He's supposed to be listening to your show. He may be listening now.
Is that right? Okay. So
don't pick on him. Be nice.
I don't even know him. I don't even know his name.
I know he's a fictitious person.
Well, listen, you're going to help me out in other ways. So I'm going to let you go now. Go back, stay on your rocking chair.
Well, you know what we need to bring Evan to a gym.
Oh my! Here we go again.
He could come to my garage. I'll train him in my garage.
You train him for free
right here.
There you go, Evan. You have a personal trainer right here.
Light weights, high reps. That's all you need.
That's it.
And push away from the table.
All right, we're gonna take that under advisement.
Yes.
Okay.
Palm City Charlie, we're gonna take another break, folks, and come back with Today with Denny. All right, we are back on Today with Denny. So, folks, Evan has a new toy that he's real proud of, and he's got the new 13
Pro Max.
Okay, so when didn't it just come out? Like what?
I got it. All right, so here's the deal. Went on. here's the deal. You know me. I love tech.
Yes,
love tech. I'm a tech guy. So it went on sale. Pre-orders went on sale 2 weeks ago. So at 8:00 in the morning. So I'm doing the morning show.
So that's what I'm saying. This phone is only a couple weeks old.
It's like a week old.
Oh,
it's a week old. So it went on sale online. So I pre-ordered it online, and then it got delivered the following Friday when it went on sale for the rest of the public, where you could walk in the store and buy it. I went on the AT&T website, and I kid you not, in 3 minutes I was upgraded, done, and finished. I thought that the website would have crashed.
Where did you go?
I went right on AT&T.com and did it.
Oh, you didn't go to a store. You just didn't
go to a store. I did everything online. You had to pre-order it online. And then it comes to you the following Friday when the sale starts in the store. It gets delivered via FedEx.
Of an AT&T store.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, look, I just got the 12.
Okay. That's a great phone, too.
Right?
That's a great phone.
But you're telling me that the video here is, instead of 1080,
insane.
It's 4K.
It's insane. And you can adjust down to 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second.
Well, I'm seeing the commercial. You see the commercial that they're busting his door open, and they're like, hey, you could be your own Steven Spielberg in Hollywood and make your own movies. Like, is it that good?
Yes.
That clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And the pictures are much better too, right?
Phenomenal.
Okay. So what's the difference between your phone and mine?
He's
proud to say, folks, his is a little bit bigger than mine.
It's better. Well, I wouldn't know if
we're speaking about phones, of course, but
yes.
he's happy and proud that his is a little bit bigger than mine.
Yeah.
So that's number one. But what about the camera? What's the difference between that one and this one?
The camera's just unbelievable.
But because these pictures are pretty. I had the 6+ before I upgraded about a month or two ago in this, and I'm like, oh my God, you're telling me that is that much better?
It's crazy. Hold on. Let me see if I can find.
All right, how much memory? I got 256 in this.
I got 256 in this.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I got 256. I'm trying to find I've only shot one video with this.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I've shot a few, and they're pretty. All right, folks. Well, if you want to get into the ozone with technology, I guess this 13 Pro Max is the way to go. I don't know how much it costs. It's probably like $1,100.
That's 4K video right there.
Oh my, yeah. That's
watch
pretty...
now. Watch when. Notice the steadiness.
Yeah,
I'm holding this with my hand. Watch, I'm turning. Look how smooth that turn is. Look at that.
You know, the only thing I can tell you is I did a video recently, and I thought it looked pretty clear.
Yeah.
I
saw that one. I watched it on Facebook.
It's better than my regular high def camera.
Yeah.
So now I'm using this instead of.
The only downfall though is like when you and I take a video like what we shoot in high def, and you upload it to Facebook, it gets compressed.
It does,
and you lose the high quality.
Well, where else are we posting videos?
Vimeo.
Oh, Vimeo, of course, Mr. Technology here.
Yeah, Vimeo it doesn't lose a lot of the. There's not a lot of compression on it.
And how much did that phone cost?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
Hold on to your sauce.
Okay, I'm ready.
$100.
Oh, shut up.
Yes.
No way.
I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you how it works. Okay, the phone's $1,100.
Yeah.
If you take $1,100,
you financed it.
No, let me finish. Hold on. If you take $1,100 and you divide it over 36, your payments are $30.55 a month. Now, they give you, write that number down for a second because I'll forget it. $30.55, because I know you're a numbers guy.
Yes.
They give you $1,000 credit over 36 months. That's $27.77.
So you're telling me I can take my new phone here and go, hey, I want the new one.
Do you have payments on that phone?
Yeah.
Can't do it unless you pay the phone off.
Gotcha. All right.
I had no payments on this phone.
I offered to buy it outright. They're saying, no, we don't do that. We have to finance it.
Right.
Whatever.
So basically, basically what it is, it's $100 divided by over 36 months, which is the balance.
All right.
I'm paying $2.70 a month.
Okay, well, there you go, folks. Evan is not only a tech guru, but a financially savvy person at the same time. He's just I don't know. So that makes it interesting. Did you see any of what there was going on yesterday on Capitol Hill with the generals and everything? Or?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I heard, but you know me, I don't really follow the kind
I
of
think
stuff.
they're smelling blood in the water, including the guys that are being questioned.
Yeah.
So they're passing the buck because they want to know, well, did you President Biden denied that someone told him that he needed to take, it was okay to take troops. All of them were basically saying that I told President Biden that we should have kept the 2,500 for the stability. So I don't know. I make fun of all politicians equally. No one's safe. When President Trump was in, I had fun at his expense. When President Obama was in, I mean, it doesn't matter who's up there. But I got to tell you, some speeches with Biden, they should be on Saturday Night Live. Let me see. I think I have one here I want to talk about. Here we go.
That be done to generate economic growth, employment, and put us in a position where we can outcompete any other. Look, he said that in our last administration, Rock, he was going to stop everything.
Hey, dude, are they making Quaaludes again and giving it to our people in Capitol Hill?
God, I remember those days. Not that I did them, but I remember the people that I hung out with.
I try and follow when he speaks, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's kind of scary. He's in charge.
Yeah.
A
lot of people say that he's not going to make the 4 years. A lot of people are saying
we're going to have Kamala Harris.
You could have the first female president of the United States. A lot of people are saying there's a lot of talk that health-wise he may not be able to handle the 4-year presidency. He definitely has some
cognitive impairments going on. The guy, you know what? I feel sorry for him that his family let him go through this because he's not the same guy he was a few years ago.
No.
Now, I'm not sorry about how they're printing money. This part is bothering me. They're trying to pass another $3.5 trillion. And I know they have they're trying to label it all in infrastructure and everything, but folks, this could affect us really badly, very badly, with the way they're printing out, with the way that inflation is going to go. Now, if the Fed chairman decides to raise interest rates, that's going to probably start spiraling some panic among people. I know that they're bluffing now with the debt ceiling, that they may do it or they may not. I had Paul Meeks on here last week. He still doesn't. He feels that if they don't pass the debt ceiling, it's not going to be as bad as people think. But I think what bothers me as a financial guy is how much they're printing money. So, folks, I know this is a broken record, so to speak, but if you're invested in a market, you should seek professional help about rebalancing should things go to the negative and change. Because when it does change, it happens quickly. And if you're not prepared for it by rebalancing, I'm not saying jump in the water head first. Maybe stick your toe and feel it out and rebalance to more conservative portfolios on a 5 to 10% ratio ahead of the curve when it happens. My number is 561-537-5897. I have a beautiful office in Jupiter. And, a lot of ways I help clients as well is the distribution process as well. It's kind of hard to decipher. Well, if I've got a non-qualified account, I have a qualified account, a Roth account, I've got a pension, I'm taking Social Security, or I'm thinking about taking Social Security, and you're trying to draw money to pay your bills and live on, which account do you take it from? That's kind of important. For those in the accumulation period, you have to be ready for the storm that could be around the corner. I always try and say that we all like to make double-digit returns, but since 2000, so 21 years ago, the S&P has averaged a little bit over 5%. Now think about that. A little over 5% compounded interest. This takes into consideration 2008 and other corrections. I think what's happening now, though, the fundamentals still point to positive growth and good things. However, we just don't know where the next bubble is coming from. And it doesn't cost you anything to talk and have someone look at what you're doing. The number again is 561-537-5897. We're going to take our last break and come back on Today with Denny. All right, we are back on Today with Denny. Evan, do you know someone named Frank just sent me this name that she
Frank as in Mesapil?
Yes. He sent me do you know a Deborah Harsh?
No.
Okay.
Well, it rings a bell.
Well, because part of my folks, if you're listening out there, I like to interview people from different walks of life. I've had chartered financial analysts. I've had CEOs here. I've had law enforcement, music promoters, healers. And so if you have an interesting company, business, or a story that you'd like to share, you can either call in or maybe come in personally on the show. I'd like to give back to the community. Look, I graduated Martin County High School here.
Don't say. Give your age away. A little while ago.
Yeah, a little while ago. Exactly, right. Nixon was in the White House. No.
Okay.
Actually, Reagan was in the White House.
Ford was in when I was.
It was. Yeah. Well, right behind me, bro, or right in front of me. Yeah.
I'm 70. I was 78, so I have no
so
shame.
I want to do that. And Frank said this that she knows a lot of people in the community that maybe I could have more interesting guests come on. I'm also looking for people who want to advertise their business on radio. It's not that expensive, folks. People are listening, and it's just another part of giving back to the community. This is the oldest station. This station goes back to the 50s, I think, right? So there are quite a few listeners that still do listen, if they're still alive, from the 50s, to WSTU. It's Martin County's oldest heritage station. A couple of things with music. Getting, that we won the IBCs. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, by the way, congratulations on that. I saw.
Thank you.
Post.
Yes, it was. They didn't make it easy. We went through some good competition. Some of the best players in the area were competing because they were like, "Hey, we don't just want we don't want you to win easily. We want to make you earn it." And it was great. We all had a lot of fun. We were busting each other's stones. Looking forward to that. Doing a show to raise money for Memphis at the Funky Biscuit and Boca on October 13th. We're doing one at Terra Firmata on November 4th. We do need money, folks, to go there for the IBC. The other day, you're going to laugh. You ready for this? I was officially asked to be back in Iron Butterfly.
What?
Yeah. So what happened was Ron Bushy, the drummer, died in was it August? Yes, I believe it was August. And he was the original founder, and I played with him in the early 90s. And Ron and I had stayed in contact. So the last few years, he had given the trademark to certain musicians to keep the name going. Well, we were talking about me possibly being back in the band because he knows I'm a business. So can you imagine that many musicians don't have a business mindset? And he was having trouble collecting money or something to the effect of there were some issues. So now there's a big power struggle going on with who owns the trademark. But the fact is the band still is in demand, not as much as they used to be, but they do the old circuits. And they told me the one guy who owns he says he owns the trademark. I believe he does. would like me back in the band. So supposedly in a few weeks, we're going to have some rehearsals in the Palm Bay area or up in the northern part of Florida.
Okay.
So, yeah, I could be doing that along with my financial planning business and my original. I'm going to be like you, Evan. I'm going to be like very busy. I don't know.
Well, I've actually slowed down.
Really?
Yes, I've actually slowed down.
And how does that feel?
It actually feels good.
Yeah?
It really feels good to be able to take time to myself. About every couple of weeks, the wife and I, we get on the road and we go to Orlando.
That's awesome.
And we'll spend the day at Universal or SeaWorld or just something and just chill for the day. And it actually feels really good.
I know.
It's refreshing.
People don't understand. You don't have to go to another state for vacation.
No.
Florida has I went last weekend for a day and overnight. I went to Marco Island.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Captiva over there is amazing.
All that West Coast is just unbelievable. And then you go into the central part. You've got, how many beautiful golf courses there are in the Orlando area? And then you've got San Augustine in the northeast part. Of course, you got the South Beach mojito stuff, and you've got the Keys, which it's 5 o'clock every minute of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how those people, how do they do it? They wake up and they party.
It's like Vegas.
That's how it is.
The town that never sleeps.
I don't know how they do this. I mean, these people, they party all the time. That's not what I want to do. But life is good. Florida's good. There's a reason why so many people are coming to Florida. I think our governor is pro-business. I know he gets a lot of flack, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions about the vaccination thing, the mask thing. And I don't know. It keeps going back and forth. And I think right now, even standing Democrats are kind of turning on President Biden over the mask mandate thing and the making people take the vaccine or they're going to lose their job. Don't you think it's kind of, for lack of other words in AM radio, peculiar and interesting that health professionals refuse to take the vaccine?
Yeah, that's a little different.
I mean, have you figured out why? Have they said why they don't want to take it?
Don't know. It could just be personal preference.
I mean, Evan, they're being fired. They're being fired. They're leaving. They're quitting. They're so they're leaving a good paying profession because they don't want to take the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. I have a coworker at one of my other jobs that just for whatever reason, the rules are you have to be vaccinated to work. Over where I work at, and he is not vaccinated. Therefore, he could not continue his employment for the rest of this year, the rest of the season. I'm not going to mention names or anything.
Right. My lady works for a major airline. She has to take the vaccine.
Yeah. It's mandatory.
And that's right.
Yeah.
I think John last week touched upon it because the one question is, well, if I'm vaccinated and I have a 95% chance of never getting really sick or badly ill from this, why do I have to worry about the unvaccinated? And I think the answer is the unvaccinated are lining up the hospitals, which is driving up healthcare costs, which is stopping people from getting heart surgeries, cancer surgeries. And that's the only explanation that I can think of.
There's somebody on the phone that you may want to ask if they're vaccinated.
Oh, right. A little bit off kilter here.
Yeah, he's a little guy, though.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to see.
Yeah.
You're on the air one today with Denny. Who's on the line here?
Hi, cousin Evan. And Uncle Denny.
Yeah.
So I don't think Tommy's eligible. They're still from 5 to 12-year-old. The FDA has not approved
that's
him.
Right. I forgot about that.
I don't know if he can take it.
I wonder if his mother's vaccinated.
Tommy's your mom vaccinated?
What does that mean? Yeah, she is when she was only 13.
Well, no. This is the COVID vax. Do you know what COVID is, Tommy?
No.
Okay.
It's not a flower. Don't worry.
Well, maybe if he doesn't know it, he won't get it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
I don't know. In school, they make us wear masks.
So it's Halloween every day in school.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, he must love that one.
Sometimes it looks like that.
So, Tommy, they can't tell whether you're sticking your tongue out to your teacher, right?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, see what you started? You had to say that. Give him an idea.
Now, you're a little bit late, Tommy. Why didn't you call earlier? What's going on here?
I don't know. If you tell your teacher when she is writing on the blackboard that she has a hungry butt, she will probably make you sit in the corner and color a picture that you already colored on Monday.
Well, what the heck is a hungry butt? I don't even know what that is.
When your pants is all like your butt's eating your pants.
Oh.
It's called a wedgie.
Oh, my God. What a visual. I got to remember that.
She didn't like that.
She probably didn't. Yeah.
No, she probably didn't get vaccinated that night.
Well,
the night before.
You know what I think? I think I'm going to call you next week, Tommy, and I want to see how you're progressing with this mask in school thing. But
all right.
You can't really stare at your teacher's butt that much. They don't like that. They don't like that.
You can't blow a bubble with your gum with the mask on. It doesn't work.
But you're not supposed to chew gum in class anyway.
But that's another thing you can do. They don't know.
You don't think they can tell whether you're chewing?
I don't know. I try to do it real soft, but I can suck on candy.
He has that innocent voice like, Tommy, why did you blow up the neighborhood? I don't know. I thought I saw it on TV. I thought it was a good idea.
Don't touch that button.
Tommy, I'm going to let you go. You're in timeout till next week.
All right. Goodbye, Cousin Evan and Uncle Denny. Goodbye, guys.
You sure you don't want him to move in with you and your family? I mean, think of the entertainment you might have.
No, I have enough entertainment in
my
house. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're working on relaxing now.
Yes.
So, Palm City Charlie, I bet when I see Evan, he's going to be a few pounds lighter than he is today. I say the over-under, he's going to lose another 5 pounds.
Oh, easily.
Easily, huh?
Easily by next
All right,
Thursday.
we'll see.
All right.
So, folks, make it a great day. Have a great weekend. Be happy to be alive and healthy. And we'll see you next week on Today with Denny.
The preceding was a paid program. The content is provided by the advertiser. WSTU, its staff, management, and owners are not responsible for the content. Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Blackridge Asset Management is a separate and independent entity from Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Member, FINRA, SIPC.